PgMP certification. So now the overall program management session is over. So do you have any questions? Or you can ask later, up to you. Okay. Again, you can write your notes, questions anytime you want, okay? So PMI PgMP certification, okay? So first of all, this is not an easy exam, to be honest with you. There are two steps. The first is the application step, and the second is the exam step, okay? First of all, to be eligible for this exam, PgMP exam, there are three options, but I'm going for the middle one. 4-year degree, like bachelor's degree or above. Minimum 4 years non-overlapping project management experience, or if you have PMP, it's a check. And you have to have, again, non-overlapping program management experience for 4 years, okay? If you don't have a university degree, the duration increases. Or if you have a bachelor's or postgraduate degree from a GAC, Global Accredited Centers. I also put the link here, but in Turkey we don't have. But in for example, Dubai, I saw one. In Pakistan, there is a map of that in PMI's webpage. It reduces to 3 years. But logically, consider that many people are in this situation. 4-year program management experience is required, and all these must be in the last 15 years. Okay, I think it's enough in my opinion. However, we have to be also careful, because if it is not, then there will be error in the application. It will say that you cannot apply. It is more than 15 years, etc. Okay, this is the high level requirements. Let's go to some more granular requirements. Academic education, yes, bachelor or higher, good. Project management experience, 48 months or higher, or PMP, great. When it comes to project management experience, it is more than 4 years, yes. But in the system, when you apply, it is asking you very detailed information. First of all, you have to prove, or you have to document where you worked as a program manager. You have to write which organization, which title, what's the name of the program, the reporting. These are simple stuff because they are very simple areas. Budget, number of direct reports that are PMs. You have to also enter the component project titles and high-level details. So, for example, if you say that I had 3 project managers, then you have to put at least 3 projects in linkage to that comment. And the important aspect here is program details. So you have 500 words. You have to write it in English, and you have to explain what kind of project it was and what was your contribution as a program manager. So there are some guidelines, but you have to express your experience.
So we are also supporting our
Yes.
alumni and students. If you want to sit the exam, application is a bit hardest part. So we are supporting you. Don't worry for that.
This is just one aspect. Then it asks you program experience summaries. So there are 3 categories: strategy, leadership, and governance. For each of them, PMI asks you to select one of the options. There are 2 scenarios for each of them, okay? You have to select, let's say, one option. The first option is strategy, and you have to share your practical experience about strategy in that specific program. By the way, you can write several programs. So that's why you can select one of the programs, any of the programs, when you put these summaries, okay? You have that flexibility. But at the end of the day, you have to write 4 essays. One for the program details. If you have 2 programs, you have to write 2 program details, of course. Then 3 experience summaries: strategy, leadership, governance. Each of them, again, less than 500 words, to the point, starting with I pronoun and putting some tangible details. And you have to put them in the system. And 500 words seems a lot, but it's not. when you start writing, you see that you come to 800 words and you have to delete. You cannot even save your your application. Okay. So this is the toughest part of the application. So I will also show you the chronology. So even today, you can initiate an application in PMI. Okay, you can go to your back office. If you have a record in a PMI account without being a PMI member, you can initiate a PgMP exam application. Okay, so when you finish all these, you write all these essays, you complete everything, check, 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 and then you press enter. There is the first control. PMI checks if everything is okay. Okay. So they call it application completeness review. So it says 10 days, but in my specific case, it was just 1 day. So I applied, for example, yesterday, I get the approval from PMI today. Then second thing is audit. I wasn't selected for audit. It is, I think, 8% opportunity probability. But if you are selected to audit, of course, you have to provide further details. I don't know, your diploma, your, I don't know, some maybe details about credentials you have put there, etc., etc. So, but I don't have that experience practically. So for me, 1 and 2 is
Excuse
just
me.
1. Sorry?
One of my ex-colleague, he got this audit process for PGMP application.
Okay.
Actually, it's pretty similar to PMP application because I was selected as audited for PMP application. So the thing that they're checking, it's a diploma, as you just mentioned, and they need to get some reference from like one of your colleague or from one of your management. So you can pick up someone, send the link, and the person need to fill up this link, like need to prove that you really did this job, like within the several years, if you are working with him several years. So my friend passed PGMP in December last year.
Okay. Okay. Good.
This is just for your information.
Yeah, sure. As I said, I don't have that experience, audit experience from PMI. So if this first and second level steps are done, you are expected to pay, and the fee is $640 for Turkey because every country has a different price book. Turkey is in zone 2, that's why it is $640. But if you are in US, it's more expensive. If you are in different countries, can be less expensive as well. But it's $640 for PMI members, by the way. If you don't have membership, it's $800. And if you cannot pass the exam, it's burnt. Okay, that's the problem. And the third filter is panel review. So this is specific for PGMP and PFMP. Okay, there is a group of PGMP holders or PFMP holders in that case, and they analyze what you have written there. Okay, all your scenarios, all your essays, all your registrations, they check everything. And you can be rejected in panel review, or they can ask additional information from you to update your application, or they can approve. So in my case, they approved. They didn't ask anything. It was 7 days. So totally in 8 days, from the first pressing the button and then being eligible to the exam was 8 days. So I was lucky. Then you have 1 year to enter the exam. And in 1 year period, you have three options. You can enter the exam 3 times. Okay? Now you can enter today. If you cannot pass, you can enter tomorrow and the other day. But if you cannot pass any of these 3, you have to wait for 1 year. Then you have to restart your application. That's why we have to pass as early as possible. Okay? And the others are pretty simple. When you get the certification, you have 3 years credentials. Okay. So conscious of time.
Yeah, if we compare cost and such kind of challenging things, difficult things, is it really useful or not? Let me tell you guys, in all over the world, there are around 5,000 PGMP. All over the world, million university graduates, right? Maybe more than 10 million, 100 million university graduate. PMP, around 2 million people PMP. But PGMP only 5,000. Very difficult and very valuable certification, credential. it is like investment. If you are most probably senior people here, you manage more programs than projects. So it will add like executive level credential. So it will add big value to your CV. And you will be among 5,000 people in all over the world. Even Turkey, how many people? PgMP, you said 20, like that.
20, 21, I didn't check recently.
In Thailand, for example, our office there is 2 people, or Thailand, 70 million people. 2 people PgMP. Myanmar, guys, do you know Myanmar how many PgMP? As I know, 7 or 6 like this. Anybody knows? In Germany, like 30 people. Germany also less. Yeah, it is very valuable certification. Of course, difficult.
So there are 170 questions in the exam and you have 4 hours without any break. So 240 minutes, 170 questions, and all of them are situational questions. That's why it's pretty important to digest the preparation. Okay, to understand the book, to understand the supportive documentation, solve questions. So it's not asking you what is the next step after this, okay? Or it doesn't ask you what's the definition of a program. Never. All these questions are situational. You are a program manager, and it asks you, it gives you a scenario, and it says, what is the next thing you do? Or what is the thing that you should have done? Or what is the next thing you would not do? Something like that, okay? Multiple choice and multiple choice, multiple answer questions as well, okay? And you have to take it in the CES center. You cannot take it at home. The exam is in English, but there is a Chinese option for as per your preference. So there is no Turkish version, unfortunately, and I don't expect it to happen in the coming years. There are 5 domains. Which I covered all of them. The collaboration, there is no collaboration domain in the questions. Okay, so mostly the questions are coming to lifecycle management. That's why I spent a separate session for lifecycle management.
Today's session, you looks like give like training, PgMP training.
Yeah.